This is going to be, fun, to say the least. So if you don't know, there was this drama between the Anime Man and Lost Paws, and pretty much the anime community is going wild about it. And I'm not going to be talking about that. It's a whole kettle of fish that I don't want to get myself into. But there is this one YouTuber who seems to be very talkative about his opinion on the situation, and that's fine. I'm all for it. But there is this one specific video that I just have to talk about. But before I throw you into the deep end, I'll tell you what you need to know. The Anime Man did a video where he's talking about the creator of Fairy Tail in his new series, and how he thinks that he might be self-plagiarizing. And this guy seems to have a very strong opinion about this.
Now, I could honestly go on a rant about the Anime Man himself, but I'm going to try to stay on topic because it'll be a video for another day and quite an interesting video.
I swear to God, keep what he said in mind. This whole principle of what he set up for himself shatters completely later on.
I've made rants on the Anime Man in the past, but they were mostly based off emotion and my own personal feelings.
This just gets even better, fellas.
This time I'm going to change it up a little bit. Maybe he's worth a little bit of patience. Maybe he's worth a little bit of analytic prowess. But for today, again, I want to stay on topic. Oh man. And now, of course, Anime Man defenders are going to say that I'm just butthurt because he's talking about self-plagiarism, which he read off of Google. Very professional. And, oh, I'm defending Mashima because Mashima is my lord and savior, which is quite inaccurate. Because, one, I've made fun of Mashima in the past, if you go to one of my other videos, which people decided to take seriously for some reason. And I literally shat on Mashima. Like, I'm not afraid to say it. Like, I can, even though I like Mashima, even though I think he is a god in terms of art style, and he's okay in terms of literature, I don't have a problem, like, laughing at what I like, you know? It's whatever.
Where else do you think Joey should get his information? Do you expect him to go to a library and bring out the ancient encyclopedias and to merely talk about the concept of plagiarizing? It's not like his definition was wrong or anything, right? Your criticism of him using Google to read a definition really falls flat, as it comes across as a mere nitpick as to where he gains his information. It would make sense if he was wrong about the definition of self-plagiarizing, but he's not. Just taking a look at your channel, it's mainly Eden Zero and Fairy Tail content, so is it that far of an imagination to say that it's one of the reasons why you dislike Joey so much? It's because he makes it pretty apparent that he doesn't like those shows? Of course I'm not saying that that's the reason why you dislike Joey, but you have to understand why people would come to that conclusion.
And the thing is with Joey, it's like, I don't hate that he was, you know, reading off Google like he always does.
Just often use bits of old papers in newer ones, but it can also happen in creative and business environments as well. If you've never heard of this definition before,
the only criticism so far that you've presented is that he read a definition off Google. At least Joey actually knows how to construct a decent argument.
I don't blame you.
And like trying to sound smart and then, you know, making those little smug, snarky, you know, little comments or whatever where he pays his editor to make these nice little transitions because he can afford it now because he's the Anime Man.
He wants to use the character designs that he's used to, so just let him do it. He owns all the franchises already.
You're complaining that the Anime Man has a good editor? I'm so confused.
I don't, like, those are the things that I have a problem with. Like, this is what I've been having a problem with in general. And it goes so much deeper into that when you have that as the whole representation of the anime community.
Just because the Anime Man is deemed as the face of the anime community doesn't mean that he can't disagree or criticize something popular.
It's like, you're gonna come into 20-year-olds that act like 13-year-olds, right? But that's part of the entertaining factor. The entertainment factor. Oh my god, Joey, you're so cool, you're so relatable. You act like a 13-year-old, that's funny. Ho-ho! Ho-ho!
How does he act like a 13-year-old? 13-year-olds usually make a shitty unscripted video of gameplay while going an emotional rant about something because someone disagreed with them. Oh wait.
But here's the sad truth. Joey will always go with the popular opinions, so the majority of people have no reason to really hate on him. Joey will always go with the popular opinion.
Joey usually goes with the popular opinion? Let me just repeat that in case you didn't understand. Joey goes with the popular opinion. Please, dear sir, tell me you're joking. For one, Joey is making a video series where he reads unpopular opinions about anime, and he usually agrees with them. He is literally going against the popular opinion. Second, anyone who watches the Anime Man knows that he hates Fairy Tail and Sword Art Online, possibly two of the most popular anime series in the anime community.
And whenever he goes with something that's unpopular and gets shat on for it, he's gonna retract the statement and be as, SJW as possible.
He retracts his statements? Do you want to give us an example? Do you just expect us to believe you without any evidence? You're the one making the claim here. I just love how you criticize Joey for using Google to help him make an argument, but yet you sit here with absolutely nothing to back up your arguments. Nice one.
Now we can go into this for, these topics are probably going to make me lose a couple subs, but it has to be said, Joey is constantly contradicting himself, he's a hypocrite, and again, whenever he uses something that's not the popular opinion, he'll go back on it and I'm laughing just thinking about it, he will go back on his ideals, sway, and he'll fucking make an apology, or he'll say that he didn't say this, or he didn't mean it like that, or he'll delete his tweet.
I always want to be seen like that.
That, make him look like an asshole. And speaking of tweets, another problem that I have with Dear Joseph here is that so he does this whole thing where he uses his fan base for his content, because that's very original.
He uses his fan base for content? So what? He uses his fan base for content. It's called interacting with fans, and it can actually make for some fun content. I've seen you address your fans in your videos, but as soon as Joey even interacts, it's suddenly a problem.
Most of the time, some of the times, he can do some lenient shit, like, he can get away with shit. Like, he took one of my friends, and of course people are gonna be like, oh, it's because it's your friend. No, he's a friend, but it's not like I know him for a year, it's not like we have a blood oath or anything, but he took one of my friends' tweet, took it out of context, and then shat on him.
Wait, what tweet? Again, you just expect the audience to believe you without showing anything.
Of course, nobody cares about Majin Slayer because, oh my god, who's Majin Slayer? He only has 200 subs and this is Joey, so Joey must be right. Fuck Majin Slayer, am I right, guys? That's basically the mentality of most of the people there, and the thing is, that's what made me walk away from the anime community for a long time, because when your whole representation of who you are is based on this man alone, it makes you lose hope and think, hey, everybody is an immature little brat. Of course you're going to want to walk away. Just because something's mainstream doesn't mean it has to be better. In fact, it could diminish in quality and get 100 times worse as time goes on. But we become so used to it that at the point we're like, oh, whatever, I'm too lazy to unsub, I don't care anymore, he's, this is who he is. Whatever. Let's stay sub for the popularity factor of it alone.
Honestly, I have no clue what the fuck you're trying to say. This is why you should script your videos so your points make sense, so it doesn't end up sounding like a madman ramble. And if you do script your videos, I suggest making sure someone else checks over your scripts.
Look, I'm not trying to be a maverick or, fight the power or anything like that. I'm just saying things how I feel like they are and how things have looked for the past fucking 5 years that I've been here on YouTube. I wasn't always making YouTube videos, and sometimes I made cringy YouTube videos that I look back on. So I've had a lot of character development, actually, when you think about it.
Okay, what in the actual fuck are you saying? Like, I understand it, but why is it being mentioned here? I thought you were going to give some legitimate criticism on Joey's video and explain why he's so-called being dumb. But this video is just one emotional fuckfest. And for someone who...
I want to stay on topic.
You're doing a terrible job at it.
But this isn't about me, holy crap. Anyway, the whole thing about self-plagiarism or whatever that he, again, read off of Google and, spent the majority of his video just saying it in, weird kind of, ways or whatever. Yeah, okay, so that, whatever, if you want to look deep into it, fine, call Mashima self-plagiarizing or something like that, whatever, you want to go ahead and say that, you're not the first one, okay? But here's the thing, look, you do your examples, right, you make your examples of, Lucy and Natsu and, and Gray, which I'm surprised you didn't choose Wise or Wheeze as the example for Gray, though, you chose this character, which isn't even relevant to the story yet, it's weird to me, Joey, I thought that you'd be keeping up with the anime. Oh no, Joey's too good for that anime, of course, he's only called the Anime Man, but that's just the name for, I like all the popular anime so I can never get shit on, and I agree with all the positive opinions that everybody has, because if I do not, then I won't be as successful as I am. Good corporate move, yes. Staying true to your ideals, not so much, buddy.
Oh, the nightmare has begun.
This video is so fucking unorganized and messy.
It's fine. You can call him self-plagiarizing because, oh wait, why did you bring up this guy? The Anime Man. You're meant to know everything and go with the popular opinion. Ugh.
In fact, look, alright, I'm willing to be lenient because I am such a nice person to a fault. I'm willing to be lenient. I see where you're coming from. Okay, I accept it. But when you go around acting like a 13-year-old kid in a 20-year-old's body, even though some people would think that's cool, I just find it as immature and a fucking dumb depiction of what the anime community really is. And I don't know. Maybe it's just me, guys. Maybe it's cool to act like a 13-year-old in a 20-year-old's body. I know I'm still gonna see Shazam, but I mean, personally, I know how to tell fantasy from reality.
Oh boy, this video is a fucking mess. Again, your whole argument about Joey acting like a 13-year-old falls flat, because in the specific video you're talking about here, Joey actually handles himself quite well. The only person acting immature here is you. You come across as someone who is way too damn emotional when it comes to making arguments, and that you have a personal vendetta on him.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Oh look, something we agree on.
The point is, the anime man always finds a way to take the worst out of me and make it come out of me. I thought I'd put this behind me, but when he starts doing shit like this, like he actively goes after a community just because it's not popular. Look, I'm telling you this, if people were saying that Eden Zero or any of Mashima's works were good, he would have jumped on that bandwagon a long time ago, and he would not be saying the things he does. You think Joey, the guy who retracts statements on a daily basis, is the type of guy to stay true to whatever he thinks? Hell fucking no! That's why he got rid of fucking Noble in the first place, because freaking Noble stays true to what he has to think and say.
I thought this video was a Mashima response video, my dude. Come on, now it's definitely obvious what the fuck is happening here. You're so upset about the Noble and the Anime Man thing that you're willing to make an 8-minute long video rambling on about how Joey was using fucking Google to read a definition. Holy fuck.
And because of that, Joey didn't like that, so Joey kicked his ass out, because Noble stays true to his ideal sway, while fucking Joey doesn't. He's a shady little Australian bastard.
I'm sorry, I just found that really funny.
But enough of that rant, guys. What do you think? Do you still like Joey? I won't judge you if you do. I mean, he's the anime man, right? We gotta love him.
Alright, I'm ending in here for the final thoughts. Listen, dude, I understand that you think Joey is a douchebag for falling out with Noble, and as I said at the start of my video, I'm not going to delve into that whole Noble thing, because frankly, I don't actually care about it. Whether if you're right or wrong about the situation, this video has no reason to exist. At all. It's just you claiming that you will stay on topic and that your other videos on the Anime Man were.
They were mostly based off emotion and my own personal feelings. This time I'm gonna change it up a little bit.
But this is exactly what you did in this video. If you somehow do see this, I don't hate you. Fuck, I don't even know you in real life, and neither do you know me. I just stumbled upon your video and found it a pain to get through. I think you could actually make some cool content, but you just have to stop being so emotional, as it gets in the way of your arguments and it jumbles up your video.